Hey babes, hey. Welcome to episode 2. This is kind of a collage episode, so it's going to be a mix of a couple different things. There's an interview with myself and Frida. There is testimonies from people in the community, so the community can speak their voice as well. But real quick, I wanted to actually just stop and give my testimony. I've been doing drag since I was like 19 years old. Actually, 16 technically, if you want to count the times that I dressed up in drag in high school. Um, Drag for me has been a amazing opportunity to get to know a lot of amazing people, to do a lot of amazing things. I am the 44th elected monarch of Idaho. I spent a year as an ambassador going around to 6 different states representing Idaho and the people of Idaho with the international court system. I received quite a few titles during that, which means that people in other cities recognized me for my personality, my abilities, my skills, my just being a good person, as an Idahoan. And then also I raised about $40,000 as a drag queen. So drag to me is something really, really important for the community, because that $40,000 went back to the people of Idaho in our community. So you could say it's, I don't know. But drag is a way for most people to give back, raise money, do things. I mean, like, help people who can't help themselves, help people who were disenfranchised or shunned or kicked out or not accepted in community. That's what drag does. Drag helps those people. For me, at least, that's what my drag does. I love being on stage. I love entertaining. My drag performances are geared towards my audience. That means that if there's somebody young in the audience, it is a PG performance. If it is at a nightclub and it is all adults, no worries about any children showing up or anybody underage, it is geared to a rated R performance. That's just how it is. I am old school, you could say. I don't know. But drag is very, very important to me, and it will continue to be very, very important to me. And that being said, no government's going to tell me that I can't be a drag queen and give back to my community. I'm never going anywhere. So get used to the face of Lady Delicious and the name Lady Delicious, because she ain't going nowhere. On with the show, kids. Hey babe, hey, how's it going? Welcome to episode 2. And so what we're gonna do right now is I have Miss Frida Knight over here. Hey girl.
Hi everybody.
How's it going?
It's going. I'm just getting ready for the gig. Usual stuff. This is me in my natural habitat.
Yes. How many gigs do you have tonight? 2?
I only have one. No, I only
Just
have
one?
one gig
Okay.
tonight. It's just a pop-up performance that I'm doing with my sister Riley at midnight at the Balcony Club for the Red and Wild
Fabulous.
party. So it's getting all pretty.
Right. Okay. Well, while you're getting pretty, let's talk about the chaos that's going on at the Marble Palace here in Idaho. So this bill Like, what do you know about the bill? Because I mean, obviously they haven't released it yet. They're not really telling us details and stuff. I mean, I've heard like some things that are in there, like if a girl were to be walking down the street in her boyfriend's hoodie, that would be considered like against the law, which is
Technically, yeah.
so stupid. But
Dumb.
so like tell us more about like what you know about it.
So, as far as what I know is, so I've known about the bill for a hot minute because there's other states like I just read about Tennessee
Hmm.
presenting the bill. I believe Montana and is it Ohio or a lot of the very conservative states. Not a lot of them, maybe a handful of them have presented a very similar bill.
Hmm.
And I have not seen the bill that the Idaho Family Policy group, which is the not so nice, mean group of people that presented the bill, have put together. But when I spoke to my colleague that I'm working with for the testimony, they explained that they're sort of going in the way that it's um, considered a form of like adultery, and that it's not appropriate, appropriate for children, and that is just not the case with drag performances. We know, as you and I both know,
Exactly.
you've been in the gig for a hot minute, girl, and it's just not. It doesn't go with what actual drag performance is. I mean, it's been around for so long, and it's to create magic and hope and to inspire, people in our community. Um,
Right.
so as far as what's in the bill, I don't know much. And you know what? It may be a good thing not to know, just
Yeah.
because it ain't true.
Right. Exactly. Like it also like digs up so many other questions. Like, how are they gonna like how? What about theater? What about the ballet? What about Shakespeare Festival? Like, or Shakespeare?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what about that? I mean, because like we all all entertainers and performers wear makeup
Mm-hmm.
and wigs and costuming, and we
Mm-hmm.
all to a certain extent are doing a certain level of performance, which it can, drag is considered performance. So like we're all at a certain level drag queens, if we're on stage and entertainers, just a certain level, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like
Mm-hmm.
what are they going to do about the ballet? Because those boys are in
Right.
tight.
And that kind of that point that you made about, like, so if a girl's wearing like her boyfriend's hoodie, that's considered drag and that's illegal, right? There
Yeah.
really isn't a good the way that they're going about it is false. So, you know, um, that is not the case. You and I, we've both been professional rap performers for quite a while now, and I think we know our audience, right? And
Yeah.
that's the business part of it. This is the part that these conservative people that think they're going to get away with this crap think is that they don't know that it's not only an art form, but
Hmm.
it's a business.
Yeah.
It is a business. It is an international business.
That
I
is.
mean, look at Drag Race. The performers, they like someone was like across the pond, and then they came to Boise for a gig. A root queen.
Yeah.
So it's jarring to me that they're even trying to go at this. There was the other person that they interviewed from the Idaho Family Policy Committee, House of Evil People, um, had mentioned that it's not an attack against the LGBTQ community. It's like, yes, it is. Yes, it is an
It's a
attack.
direct
It
attack
is an
against
attack
us.
because it is a form of gender expression that
Exactly.
that may give young queer individuals the ability to see that they can be whoever they want to be, you know,
Exactly.
um, and it saves lives. It saves people from. I call it like my little dark box, right?
Hmm.
Something that I'm going to be doing, and I don't talk much about this, and I'm not putting this out there to be like, this is what everyone should do, but I always feel like it's important for me to do my part for my
Hmm.
community. So I am putting my story out there in
Yep.
my testimony, and it's a very personal story. But
Hmm.
drag did, change my life in a way that I never thought it would. It's just It's so powerful. And it's not about the wig and it's not about the makeup. It's that feeling that you get when that like
Hold on, I got
magical,
it.
wonderful person's on stage and singing that amazing Britney song, Madonna song, Gaga song. And now, who's the new one? Ava Max, one of them. You
Yeah.
know, it's when they're singing that music and they're giving you the energy, and that's what filled me with hope. That was my first experience with drag.
Hmm.
And it was at a time where I was not 4 years ago. I was in a very dark spot in my life, and I didn't know
Hmm.
that that's what I needed to save me.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, look at us now. Like I have you, I have all of my drag sisters, our community. We're so close, and
Mhm.
I just want them to see that and see that we are professionals.
Yeah.
We know, like tonight when I go to the balcony club, I'm gonna wear some skimpy shit because
Because you know your
it's an
audience. It's
adult.
a
I know
nightclub.
my audience
Yeah.
exactly. It's a nightclub. I know my audience, and I know the
Right.
kind of entertainment they're seeking when it comes to a drag performer.
Right.
So
So like, oh, yeah, it's super cringy, all the things that they're trying to do. And the even cringier part is the fact that our local government is just equally cringy. Like, it's just like,
yeah,
oh.
they're getting at things. They're getting desperate. We'll say that.
They are. So, and I
I
mean,
feel like they're getting desperate.
it's so sad to see how desperate they actually are getting, but at the same time, it kind of empowers me. That's why I'm doing this episode. Like, I want this to go out. I want people to see it. I want people to know where to go. I'm going to put in the links below where you can write to your legislator and, battle this. Write your testimony. Get that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Let people hear your story, because I mean, like, that's the only way we're going to fight this. Literally, it's the only way we're going to fight this.
And what's so interesting is that until this happened, in my mind, I'm thinking, drag is such a big part of the queer community, not just in Boise, but in Idaho.
Mhm.
And I think of other states and other places, like the state of California. Sorry, not the state of California, but cities and towns in California have drag queen unions for drag performers that work full time as drag performers, as queens,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
their money. They're on a W-9. The gig is every day.
Right.
They had to make a union because they needed to make sure that they were being treated fairly, paid fairly. It is a business, so it's not, and it's an art form that should be considered a business, just like anyone that goes to freaking Freak Alley and paints a mural,
Exactly.
or puts up a billboard.
Mm-hmm.
So they're affecting a business, and I'm a taxpayer. I'm an Idaho taxpayer. I pay my fucking taxes.
Exactly.
So,
I'm a hardworking, moral individual. I don't break no laws. I do my shit. I pay my bills. I am not worried about any of it. You know what I'm saying? And yet
Yes,
here they are attacking us. We're the ones that ain't start. We don't start none unless you start some with us. Like, I mean, I am literally the most chill person you would ever meet, in and out of drag. And like, how is, I just don't get it. I don't get it.
And with those testimonies, I really think the more we have, the more real and the more honest we are about, why drag is so important, the more they're going to understand. And, when it comes to the argument that they originally had, it's that, again, we know, our beautiful drag sister, Coco Frio, children are one of her most important audience, because she wants them to learn to read, to go above and beyond in education, to be good individuals for our future. Children are our future.
Exactly.
And as drag performers, it's our responsibility to show them that they have the power to do whatever they want, and to to continue to fight for equality, because it is not we are not equal. I mean, think, you brought up Shakespeare earlier, Dee. Think
Yeah.
about it. Back in Shakespearean times, women were not
All
allowed to play women
all the
because the
women
men were
in
like,
yeah,
women can't work,
Rosalind.
so we're gonna do it. And now these mother effers are like,
Exactly. Like, just let's stop and think about that. Lady Macbeth, Juliet, Rosalind, Queen Mab, all of Shakespeare's women were actually men. That's
it would have been us. It would have been us.
And here's a little side kicker of history. Drag, the word drag, dressed as a girl, was a side note in Shakespearean lecturing. That's where drag came from. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it just is like uneducated people with their religious opinions trying to tell people what to do. And it's just so stupid. So
it's like white people trying to tell someone of color how to make fried chicken. Like, shut the fuck up, bitch.
Right. I mean,
that's only happened to me here. There was a white lady one time. I bet your mom makes the best enchiladas, but they're not gonna beat mine. I'm like, honey, ground beef and taco seasoning aren't real enchiladas. I'm so sorry. We don't do it that way. We use Crisco and the broth and the fat and the taste of the fucking chicken or the beef that we're using.
I will never forget. I was at a grocery store once, a couple years ago. It was up here in Idaho, and I was walking down the aisle, and this big, tall, white cis man walked up to me and said, "You look like you would know where the hot sauce is. Do you know where the hot sauce is?" And I said, "Yeah, it's next to your intelligence, next aisle over." And then I kept on walking. Like, it's just, Idaho is special. I don't think people realize how special Idaho is. It's very, very special. All right,
what's
babe.
Interesting is like, are we good? Are we good?
Well, yeah. No, if you would throw something in, what were you gonna say?
Oh no, nothing. It was just banter. It was just banter, girl. And then I was trying to find my brush.
I'm loving seeing how you're doing your makeup. I love seeing how other queens do their makeup because I'm like, yes, I tape too. I want that edge. I want that to be sharp.
I think my sister Malika and her family got me this for like a Christmas, and I just love it. I wash it because and I just,
I have a black one. I have a black one.
Really?
Yeah, it's so cute. All right, babe. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you the final word. So you get to close out this video. Tell the kids. You get the final word. Tell them what you got to tell them.
All right, I'm gonna do it how I like start my performances. Right? I'm always looking when I turn around. And I'm like, families, people, drag is magic. It is an art form. It is our business, our side hustle, our business. It's a part of our income. We are professional. We know who our audience is when we perform, and we want to inspire, young, queer children to, in the words of Brandy, be whatever they want to be. No, seriously, like that's all we're doing. And in my personal, time of hardship, there was a drag performer on the Pride main stage in 2018 that made me feel that way. So, and I'm very, very happy about it. So please, come support your local drag. Come to our shows and have a good time and support us. That's all I got.
Hello everybody, my name is Arebella de Lioncourt, and I am a local to Boise burlesque performer, and I am the mother of 2 small kids. This year, my oldest is 7 years old, and he was diagnosed level 2 autistic, and for that reason alone is why drag is important. My son lives in a world that is different from everybody else's, and I think that's what's most important about drag for me. Watching him sort of live in this very black and white state of mind has been a struggle, and Idaho has shown us time and time again why the education for special needs kids is awful here. And it's shown me time and time again why medical is also a huge problem here. So perhaps instead of focusing on banning drag performers and what it is that they represent, perhaps taking a look at your education system and your medical system would be better use of your time. My son lives in a black and white world. There's not much gray area. I take him to all ages drag shows because that's when I can see his eyes light up, and that's when I get to see, as a mother, my child really embracing people who are different, just like him. Drag is important for kids like mine. It's a necessity, and there's nothing wrong with adults playing dress up. Period.